You're listening to the Daily Sales Tips Podcast, and I'm your host, Scott Ingram. Today's tip comes from another longtime listener and fan of the show. I love these. This is Pranav Hundoo. He's the Director of Growth for HR tech startup Hyphen in APAC. Here he is.
While I've been on an year-long plus amazing journey here at the Daily Sales Tips Podcast, I noticed there were not enough conversations around customer demos. You have learned tons about prospecting and are doing great discovery calls and managing your pipeline well, but let's not ignore our best chances of hitting a hole in one. Demos are the biggest opportunities for teeing yourself up for a great sales cycle, especially if you're able to do a great job linking them to your learnings from the discovery stage. You can convince your prospects that you have understood their problems truly, their pains exactly. You can show them how exactly your product or services can solve them. You can also set yourself up for long-term success by using this opportunity to show them that you are a thought leader, an expert in this space. And once you've got their back, you will help them move past the current challenges they are facing and into a future where they're being recognized as the leaders or howsoever your product or services can add that transformative value to their businesses. I'm a big fan of templates, creating a small set of guidelines that can be reused or repurposed to the situation, such as a demo in this case. So what I'm going to do for you is share a template that has been giving me a lot of success over the years. And of course, a big shout out to Scott Barker at Sales Hacker for some of the content he has been sharing about cracking the demo code. This template is a 3-step, 3-point, easy to use and totally adaptable template to any product or service you are selling. Step 1, setting 3 agenda items. A, recapping what has been spoken earlier. B, demoing how your product or service will achieve the transformed business state that your prospect wants. And C, the next steps. Always define your ideal takeaway even before you start showcasing anything. Now you've got positive psychology working for your prospect and for you as well. Step 2, 3 whys will get you to your real answer. Remember, it might have been your SDR who had that earlier discovery conversation, and it might have been with another person altogether than the prospect to whom you are demoing right now. So just double check if there's any gap in your understanding. Probe deeper to ensure what you're showcasing is 100% aligned to what they need. 3 whys or 3 whats or 3 hows usually do the trick. Do not hesitate to ask questions. Even if this is not a discovery call, the more you're uncovering, the better you can adapt your demo script or your flow to them. Step 3, use at least 3 caselets or customer success stories. There could be a name drop, a use case similarity, an industry similarity, or an employee size similarity for that matter. They can be best used as 1 in the initial part where you are recapping their problem, a name drop of one of your best customer for whom you solved a similar problem. The second one can be somewhere down the middle, either as a tool to answer an objection or to highlight how your USP can take them to that transformed business state. And close out your demo with your most valuable story, possibly with a ton of tangible value you added to a customer's business. If it helped your customer personally, make sure to mention that. I'll trust you not to make it too salesy. This can be a slippery slope, so beware. So 3 steps, 3 things to do in each step. Having said that, you want to add a step, modify this template in any way, hey, go ahead. It's your process and your demo at the end of the day. Adapt it rather than blindly adopt it, and you'll find more success with implementing it. Best of luck and happy demoing, Daily Sales Tips listeners.
If you'll click over to dailysales.tips/385, you'll find a transcript of this tip, as well as a link to Pranav's LinkedIn profile. Connect with Pranav and let him know you heard him on the show, and he'll send you an editable template of this tip. Then come back tomorrow for another sales tip where I'll talk about one of my own most effective demo strategies. I'll talk to you then.